It's Dr. Greg Jantz. Hi. I'm a counselor, mental health expert, author of 46 books as of today, and founder of the Center, A Place of Hope. And I do believe there's hope. The last 40 years of working with individuals who come through our program from all over the country. And I can tell you there's hope. Mental health issues are real. Anxiety, depression is real, and there are real answers. Let me just say. And genetics. Okay, let's get right into this. Genetics and mental health. What is it we really know about this topic? Well, certain conditions, certain mental health and certain health conditions can run in families. We do see these patterns. We don't always have a good explanation for it, but we certainly see the patterns. Having a family history where there's been depression or anxiety, certainly, or other issues, maybe personality disorder issues. You can see patterns of this in families. Certainly can run in families or have the tendency, but it doesn't predict that each person in the family is going to have the same struggles. Sometimes we learn them and adapt to our environment. Other times there seems to be a genetic influence. Genetics can make us more vulnerable, but environment really does make a huge difference. So it's kind of like as we look at alcoholism, we see generations, we see patterns over time, but a alcoholic can break a pattern and generation of patterns, and it does skip generations. So we know change not only is possible, it's doable. The whole question of, and I made a note here, nature versus nurture. And mental health here, simply put, is it's certainly influenced by genetics and life experiences. So it's best seen as a mix. Stress, trauma, relationships, environment, all really do influence how our genes are expressed. So that's important to remember. Gene expression, what actually comes out based upon, and the term for this is epigenetics. And it is our experiences can activate or deactivate certain genes, the epigenetics. So it's a funny word, but it really does describe that our environment can activate or deactivate. So environment's super important. Growing up in an environment of love, care, belief has a huge impact on what is the gene expression. So we're not locked into any genetic code. And so that is what we really need to understand, that you're not locked into this. Okay, now, genetics does matter. It can help us guide for treatment planning. You know, there's even genetic tests that are done that our doctors do to determine, is this the right medication based upon a person's genetics? How will they respond? Certain treatments, mental health treatments. We've heard of cognitive behavioral therapy, dialectical behavioral therapy, DBT. Those all, some do really well. Others, the influence of environment makes some of those tools harder to learn. All right, so here's what we need to know. You can control a lot of things. I know it sounds simple, but self-care, sleep, and my work in sleep research years ago, as we look at the interaction between sleep and mental health, diet, nutrition matters, exercise, movement, and how we tend to manage our relationships and stress. So we want to build strong, supportive relationships, and we also know that relationships will impact mental health issues. So it's a lot to look at from the whole person vantage point. Let me just add, whole person includes spiritual, emotional, physical, and relationships, our history, as well as the current expression, epigenetics. What are we doing with our life and lifestyle presently? So all that's factored in. And I do. And my position is faith can have a significant role, and our beliefs can have a big role in how we see our healing from mental health issues. I've seen generations, patterns in generations, and I've seen them broke, and I've seen healing, and I know it's possible, and I know hope comes when there's a plan. Take a look at the different things that we do here at the center over the last 40 years as we address the mental health issues. Take a look at aplaceofhope.com.